Hi, this is Erica with Your Classroom Academy, and the strategy this week is Dice Breakers. If you haven't heard of this strategy, it's a great way to get your students talking to each other about themselves, about content, and it's highly adaptable. When you're first using this strategy with your class, I would suggest using it whole class, teach them the tools, and then you can slowly release them into small groups as you see fit. If you have older students, you might be able to do this more quickly. I use classroomscreen.com to use the dice widget. If you have physical dice, great. It might get a little hectic depending on the age group of your students. So just be mindful about that. Showing your students the list of questions or prompts that you want them to respond to. You can have questions, you can have sentence starters, personal, content specific. As the teacher, you're going to roll the dice and then have one student in each group answer the question that you rolled, so that you have the students in groups, but they're all kind of responding to the question that you're choosing as kind of the model, as the teacher. Once you practice that a few times, you can then kind of release them onto their own and have them in small groups roll for themselves and select the prompt that matches each student. What always happens with Dice Breakers when you have students working independently in groups, even if all the groups are the same number, is that one group will finish and other groups will still be going. So what you can have them do is give them a timer so that you can see, just work until the time is done. But if you really want every student to have a chance to finish, you can use what I've used before, which is the stand, share, sit strategy. So all students are standing, and then once they're done rolling, speaking to that prompt or question, then they would sit down so that you visually see who's done speaking, so that you kind of know how much time you have left. You see that most people are done and there's only a few students left. You would have the students that are sitting, they can continue rolling and answering prompts while the rest of the students just finish their initial round. This one can be done over a few weeks. It can be spread out over time, meaning that you might spend 5-10 minutes of it this week and then change the questions and prompts and do it a couple weeks later. Maybe next month you use content questions or review questions and do it at the end of a unit. So